Good morning. So awkward. I'm just gonna wait and see if some people pop on. I hope that you guys are gonna get notifications that I have went live. So I see one person is popping on. Natasha, did you get a notification that I popped on live? Hey, Casey. Good morning, y'all. Okay, I see some people are starting to pop on. So I hope that you guys have gotten notifications for that, because you never know how Facebook's going to be and if you're actually going to get notifications. So I am just going to very nicely tag some people in this. Okay, so it came on your newsfeed. Perfect. Okay, so I just tagged some people because you guys know that I hate talking to myself. So if you have any team members that are in this group, please go ahead and tag them so that they know that I'm on. Because as you know, Mondays are my favorite day of the week. And I'll be honest, guys, I have been up since like 5 a.m. Number one, because my kid won't sleep. But number two, because I'm just so dang excited for this group to start. Good morning, Kristen. I am just so excited for this group to start. So I have been up and feeding my brain, and I hope that you guys are ready for this program. And I want you guys to know that we have poured a lot into this, and I just really want you guys to know that we want you guys to all rise with us, and that's why we decided to do this. So your task for today, your task for today has already been posted. Make sure you engage in those, and all comments will be turned off for each week at 9 p.m. on Sunday. So make sure that you guys are tuning in and really engaging in this program. So I wanted to talk to you guys about how you guys are your own CEOs and some mistakes that people make, and mistakes that I don't want you guys to make, not only throughout this program, but throughout this business. So the first thing I want to say is that this business isn't necessarily easy, because it does take hard work. It does take grit. It does take you rising above your circumstances, but it's simple. You're not just going to easily get to the top, because you do have to put in some work, but it's simple because we are sharing things with you guys that we wish we had known. I wish I had systems a couple years ago. I wish that I just had the motivation that I do now years ago. So I wanted to share that with you. And these next couple of things that I'm going to talk to you about are things that I just don't want you to make those mistakes. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. Okay, so one last thing I want to say before I tell you the 4 mistakes that people can make in this business, and that I don't want you to make, and I don't want you to make it through this program. So many people will ask me, like, how do you stay motivated? How do you motivate your team? How do you do that? Guys, motivation comes from within for the most part. And so you can't make your team want it. I can't make you want it. You have to be intentional with your own life. And I want you guys to think about this today and every day. If you need to set an alarm in your phone, because I know for me, I'm really trying to be intentional this season. So I have actually set alarms in my phone to remind me to say something nice to myself, to remind me to say something nice to Chase. So, because we'll go through the day-to-day thing. Anyway, I want you guys to wake up every single morning, and I want you guys to realize that this is the only life you get. This is it. You don't get another chance to do life. So don't sit back and watch your life go by and wish that you had done things differently, because your life could end tomorrow. And I know that that's like a morbid thing to say, but you want to wake up every day and live it like this is the only life that you have, right? You are setting an example for your kids and for your family. And I know that if I were to die tomorrow, I want my kids to know that I loved them so hard and that I was committed to this business and that I was never just going to sit back and let life happen to me. That I was going to take life by the reins and use whatever's thrown at me as a reason. So remember that when you are busy and you are doing all the things, remember why you wake up. Remember that you only have one life to live, okay? Now, these are the 4 mistakes that I feel like people make and that I don't want you guys to make through this program and through this business. So some reasons that people aren't successful. The very first reason that people aren't successful is that they are not coachable. They're not coachable. What I mean by that is either they don't listen to the people that are trying to feed into them, or they feel like they already have it all figured out, or they feel like we're just telling them things to do for no reason, or they try and do everything instead of really being intentional with the things that matter. So, for instance, if you want to be successful in this business, you need to be 110% coachable. I've been in this business over 4 years. Chloe Cox is my accountability partner, my sponsor, and my superstar director, and I am still getting coaching from her daily. Whether it's intentional between our holding each other accountable or not, I learn things from her every single day. I learn things from you guys when I coach you every single day. And the second that you stop being coachable, your business is going to die. Okay? And we are never going to sit up here and ask you to do things that, number one, we aren't going to do, or things that we don't know work. Because the reason why we tell you to do those things is because we know they work and we've been there, done that, and we don't want you guys to make the same mistakes that we did. So they're not coachable. Another reason within being coachable that people like have pushback and they're not successful, you guys, people refuse to implement systems. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have systems in place, and we're going to go over that later on, so I'm not going to get into all of that, but if you refuse to implement systems into your business, you are going to burn out, you are going to quit, you are going to be running around like a squirrel with your head cut off, and you're not going to be effective because you have no idea what you're doing from day to day. And I'm not saying that you need systems because I created some. I don't care what system you use, but a system isn't in your head. Following up with customers through Facebook Messenger is not in your head. Having a dream team list on Facebook Messenger is not okay. Like, you cannot run a sustainable, consistent business without putting systems into place. And that comes from coaching. I don't care if you use my system or if you go use Christina Stainbrooks with a binder. I don't care if you go and use a whiteboard like Felicia Rhodes and Faith. But you need a system. And you need to realize that, because I am not here preaching that to you because I just want you guys to do my systems, because I really don't care. I just gave those to you because I wanted to help you. Anyway, and the last thing about being coachable and why people aren't successful is because they are not committed to constant growth. You cannot grow in your business if you are not growing as a person, period. You cannot grow in your business if you are not growing as a person. And that means filling your cup. That means turning your phone on Do Not Disturb so that you can have a minute. That means going for a run. That means going and getting a massage. That means when our Scentsy paycheck hits today, I'm already going to schedule a massage. I get dermaplaning every month and I have someone clean my house. That is already budgeted in. But you have to be committed to constant growth, not just self-care. What are you going to do every single day to be intentional to grow yourself? Okay? A second reason that people are not successful or mistakes that they make in this business, and I don't want you to make through this program and through this business, is that they don't treat this like a business. Guys, that's fine if you don't want to treat this like a business and you want to treat it like a hobby. But if you treat this like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. Period. If you want to get paid like a business and make real income, work it like a business. Tiffany, I'm going to tell you right now, girl, when that paycheck comes today, you schedule all the things to take care of you, because I'm telling you, you cannot keep going and going and going if you don't take care of you. And you have got to take care of you first. I schedule that in, I budgeted it, and that is non-negotiable money from now on. When I hit a promotion, I schedule things like that. So also, I know this is completely swirling right now, but I am shooting to earn annual sales. And when you earn annual sales, that's $1,000 bonus. I want my first Louis bag. I am not going to allow myself to buy my first Louis bag until I can use my annual sales bonus towards that. So remember that, guys, and that's where I'm growing. That's where I'm being very intentional in this season for my constant growth. And I put something on it that I really want. Okay? Anyway, so they don't treat this like a business, meaning they're not working consistently, meaning they don't have business hours, meaning they're doing all of the damn things that don't matter because they're getting ready to get ready. Guys, you're never going to be ready. Stop making all the plans to get ready to do it and just do it. You need to be doing income producing activities every single week. And this is a leadership program. I am not going to talk to you about income producing activities. You know what income producing activities are. And if you don't, you need to get with your sponsor about what Chastity meant about income producing activities, period. But you need to stop doing all of the other things that don't matter until you have done your income producing activities first, period. And when I say treat this like a business, most of us have a job, a 9-to-5 or whatever, or we work Scentsy full-time, or we're a mom, or whatever. Most of us have other things outside of Scentsy. You cannot show up as a mom, or as a teacher, or as a nurse, or as a manager somewhere, or wherever else you work, just when you feel like it, and not get fired, or not be a bad mom or a neglectful mom or whatever. You cannot only do those things when you feel like it and be successful, period. The same thing goes for your Scentsy business. If you want this to be a business, you have to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. You don't put that kid down when something goes on. You pick that kid up and you use it as a reason to rise above those circumstances. Don't be like me and sit around feeling sorry for yourself for half a year. Pick that kid up and use it as a reason. Use it as a reason. Okay? If your mouth is closed, your business is closed. So if you're not talking to people about Scentsy, your business is closed. If you are not marketing yourself, your business is closed. If you do not talk to people every single day, your business is closed. Think about all of the opportunities that you miss daily to have Scentsy in your life. I have a bag party with me right now because guess what? When someone says something about needing some fall scents, your girl's got them. When someone needs some joint info, your girl's got it in her purse. If you don't have things with you, stop acting like you're running a business. It's not okay to act like this is a hobby if you really, really, really want it to be a business. And guys, let me tell you that this can be life-changing. You guys have seen it happen. And the other thing about treating this like a business is the 80-20 rule. And we're going to go over this later on in the program. But 80-20, I see this so often from leaders. They get a few people on their team and they go into management mode with managing those people instead of continuing to work your business every single day, because your business still has to thrive regardless of how many people you have on your team. It doesn't matter if you have 7,000 people on your team. If you don't continue to work your personal business and book parties and meet new customers and bring in new team members, your business is going to die. You're not going to get paid at title, and that's just it. So 80% your business, 20% your team. Stop working on your team stuff until you've booked parties and had sponsoring conversations. This morning, if you go on my IG story, I had a couple minutes, so I shared the join opportunity on my IG story before I came on here to train y'all. My business first. My business first. My business first. Good job, Shelby. And I told my team that last week. I had to get my business together before I coached them. Number 3, why people aren't successful. They are not willing to get uncomfortable, or they're worried too much about what other people think. Guys, they don't feed your family, and I take that from Chloe. They don't pay your bills. I got made fun of at a birthday party yesterday because I had a bag party with me because a girl wanted to smell some scents. Was I actually bringing, do I care what they say? Absolutely not. But does the inner mean girl sometimes get in my head and be like, well, why do they want to make fun of me? Guess what, guys? I'm going to be in Bermuda while they're sitting at their farm and done. Right? I'm going to be in Hawaii in January while they're sitting in North Carolina being cold. And they're going to be jealous. And they can make fun of me at that birthday party while I'm sharing all those scents and got some orders while they are just not even doing the things. Right? I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about me anymore, because guess what? They don't pay my bills. They weren't in my situation. I'm going to be able to walk away from teaching and live on my own terms and work out when I want to and go volunteer in my kids' class and keep my kids in private school if I want to while they make fun of me. So you have to get ready to be uncomfortable. Stop getting ready to get ready, which I already talked about. You have to get uncomfortable. And if you are not hearing no, you're not talking to enough people. If you're not getting objections, you're not talking to enough people. Period. If you are in your comfort zone, you're not gonna grow. Nothing grows from comfort zones. So I challenge you today to do something scary. Ask that person that's on your dream team list that you've been scared to ask to join your team. Go and do something out of your comfort zone every single day, because when you sit in your comfort zone, you have to get uncomfortable. Exactly, Chloe. You cannot have 3 sponsoring conversations and hit director. I've sponsored 3 people this month and I've had 2 reinstatements. I've had over 50 conversations. Think about that math, y'all. You cannot ask 5 people to join your team and expect yourself to grow wide and deep and get to the top. 3 convos a day. Fine. Yes, absolutely. 3 convos a month? Hell no. You're supposed to be a leader, and your team is only going to do what you do. And if you're not sharing that you had 5 sponsoring conversations this week, they're not going to know you're doing it. If you're not sponsoring people, they're not going to do it. If you're not posting in the team page, they're not going to be looking. And I don't care if you're not a director. It ain't your director's team page. Most directors know what to do. We have those team pages for you guys. For you guys, not for us. You guys have to make your team pages great and make your people see that you're working, not just your director or your superstar directors working. And the last thing, that mistakes that people make or reasons that people are not successful, is you're not hungry enough. You're not hungry enough. You have to have a vision for where your life is going to be in 5 years. Do I still want to be pulling up to see Wayne Collier in 5 years with a middle schooler? He'll be in middle school. And Marley will be in elementary school. Do I still want to be pulling it up like that? Absolutely not. I want to be living at the beach, dropping my kids off, going to work out, and working my business on my own time. I love teaching. And I know that God has placed me in teaching because I'm here to change some kids' lives. But I also know that God has put me here in Cincy to teach you guys, because this gives me passion too. But you're not hungry enough. And that is why some people will work some and then fall off. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Every single one of us have the exact same amount of time. If anybody on my team comes to me and says that they don't have time, they know I'm literally going to go white girl crazy, because I don't want to hear that you don't have time. I have 2 crazy kids. I still have time to work out. I'm a teacher. And guys, I don't know if you know this about teaching. I work from 8 to 3. I still have all the lesson planning to do, and copies to make, and grades to put in, and papers to grade. Like, my job is absolutely not 8 to 3. I don't have an assistant. I don't have anybody to help me do any of those things. But I don't make excuses, because I'm not going to wake up every day and come to this 9 to 5 and not work on my dreams to get me out of there. Because this right here is my way out of the classroom. This right here is my way out of student loan debt. This right here is how I can retire my husband and how we can move to the beach. But I have to wake up every single day with that vision and hungry to get it. Life happens. I'm not saying that life shouldn't happen to you, because it's going to. Katie, Chloe, and myself all go through things that you guys have no idea about. But we still wake up every day, we pour into you, and we work our business in spite of everything that's happening to us. In spite of that. Pick it up. Pick that kid up. Stop making excuses. Some people give up because it's not happening fast enough for them. Guys, you go years in your regular job. Please turn that down. Turn that down. Right now, please. Without getting a raise. This income is completely dependent on how hard you work. How hard you work. Not what someone else sees value in. The state tells me when I get a raise, I got a raise. I didn't even see any of that money because they just took out more taxes. But guess what? I can bust my ass and work hard in Cincy, and that income ceiling is never going to be reached. Remember that. This is your way out. So, if you do not have a why that is so strong, you need to find another why. And if you are not passionate about this business, people are going to realize that. So you need to really think about what your why is and what your vision is going to be, and get laser focused. The fall is when you can grow your business exponentially. You can grow your business all year round. But we have a $15 join kit. If you haven't sponsored 5 people, and I'm talking to myself too, we've got to get to work. We've got to get to work. My goal is now 8 people, because I've sponsored 3 and I have 2 more doing Earn a Kit. So that's going to put me at 5. So I still want 3 more people. And I'm not just bringing those people on just to bring them on. I'm bringing them on to change their life and change their circumstances. And I am going to train them, not tag them in a team page post, to rise above. So guys, this program is built for you to do all of the things that we do to get to where we are. You may see the task today and think, oh, that's simple. But there's people on this page who have no parties ready if somebody asks them for one today. I know that for a fact. There's people on this page that have no idea what it is like to lead and what they actually need to do. And that's okay, because you're tuning into this program. But guys, you cannot listen to me, Chloe, Katie, or anybody else that talks to you on this page, or ideas that you get from other people. It is not going to matter how much you listen. What matters is how much action you take. So when you get off this, and actually in the comments, I want you to tell me why. Why are you doing this program and this business? What makes you get out of bed in the morning? What makes me get out of the bed in the morning is because I want to be debt-free and be able to live on my own terms. It used to be just quit my job and all that. I had to be way more specific. I had to actually have that vision out in front of me every single day on my vision board. Why? I'm providing a life for my kids that no one else is going to provide for me. No one else is going to wake up and earn the money that I need to earn to live the life that I want. And it's not all about money. But I've always envisioned living at the beach and being able to take my kids to gymnastics at 10 in the morning and not have to be at work. I want Marley to go to gymnastics. But right now, all of the classes for her age are in the middle of the week. I can't do that. My vision is to be able to do that. So in the comments, I want you to drop your why. If you're watching the replay, let me know, and I want you to comment your why too. If you don't see any of your team members on here, you need to tag them. They need to listen to this. And then I want you to get to work on task 1 and fully commit to this program. Fully commit to doing the things that you need to do to get to the top. We all collaborated on the things on this event or in this program with the other directors too about things that they do to be a good leader. And these are not things that we are asking you to do just because we feel like it. Okay? So I love y'all. Have a good Monday. Go and work your personal business. Have sponsoring conversations today. Have booking party conversations today. And then dig into your team. Okay? Go and do task 1. I love y'all. I hope it was helpful. And I want to see your whys in the comments. I only see one person so far. So please comment your why and why you're doing this program in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Okay? I love y'all and have a good day.